Today's the 15th.
But it was this weekend.
Hey, podcast number 13 on Sunday the 15th.
Some people aren't any fun.
Guess what today's episode's about?
Stuff people keep asking about. What supplements do we use and why? And how do you use them?
Why you got all your fancy gear on today?
What do you mean my fancy gear?
I don't know. You got like the CrossFit Masters.
I do because I like I don't usually wear shirts like this. It kind of feels like a blanket.
It's kind of cool.
It's a blanket shirt.
Yeah.
They did a good job. I think so.
I have my Fortress Athlete shirt on.
Yeah.
In my.
They can't see your feet.
Oh, you can't see my feet?
No. Yeah, please put your foot up there.
Look at these bad boys. Nano Tubes, old school.
Yeah, but they're a remake of the Nano Tube.
Yeah. Red.
You know what I like about these shoes is that the toe box is large.
Yeah.
But I wore mine out, man.
Yeah, they suck to run in, but I like all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay,
right.
Sorry.
So this whole episode is focused on what do you do with the stuff you buy on the internet. And, people can, if they go through our link, they get 20% off and free shipping, which is pretty cool.
Yes. And we are going to show what we use and why.
And not too sciencey.
No.
A little sciencey, but not completely sciencey. There's a million articles on the internet that you can read on your own.
Yeah.
But why do we choose to purchase and use these things to supplement our
And
training?
Thorne does a really good job explaining why.
Yeah, definitely one of the most reputable companies there, period. You going to talk about the big one first? Or are you going to we're going to go from the beginning or just across the stack?
Right here. Protein.
Right. Yeah, protein after every workout.
Yeah. I always drink it after every workout, and Aaron's kind of turned me on to the plant protein.
The whey stuff doesn't do well with my stomach. It's not that it's bad for everybody else. Lots of people use it, no problem. I've gone back and forth, tried it. My stomach just feels better if I use the plant-based version of it. And this one is the one that is Thorne's plant-based.
For me, as I've gotten older, I've found that, and I'm not knocking whey. If you can drink it, don't have no problems, knock yourself out. Because I still eat meat and chicken and fish, all that stuff. So, but the inflammation and sinus, I've found that
the dairy doesn't do
any
very
type
well.
of dairy doesn't do me well. So this seems to, and it can almost be instant sometimes.
Yeah.
When I drink that, I can feel it. So. When I drink this, I'm not really feeling that, and I'm just trying to, as I get older, make sure that I take care of those things. So anyway.
Yeah. But why? So protein powder. First off, none of these supplements are going to do you a lick of good if you're not sleeping, working out, and
eating properly.
If you're not doing those things, this is a waste of money and a waste of time. These are not magic solutions. They're things that enhance your performance, but if you're not doing all the other stuff, it's not going to do any good.
And there's something out there that says that a lot, if you're not doing those things, you're not even going to be absorbing these properly.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So just a little caveat there. But definitely protein powder. I know that for me, it's always, I am less sore. Mm-hmm. Every single time I remember to take protein powder, I'm less sore after my workouts. Yeah. And apparently that is actually documented. Yeah. That's like a thing.
It's hard to get a lot of protein for people throughout the day. So it's not a means to replace food. But after your workout, sometimes during the day, if you felt like you were in a deficit protein-wise, or even sometimes at night, I will blend I
put in my oatmeal.
Yeah, protein shake or something to get extra. So it's there.
Yeah, definitely. I would say these are the things that we really, really like. There's other stuff you can find, but
okay. What is?
Oh, creatine.
Creatine.
Okay, so this is something that everybody should be taking, especially as you age, and the benefits are like vast. Yeah. Some of the people that are like, oh, I don't know if I should take creatine. I feel like I gain weight. It's not actually gaining weight that's happening. You do retain a tiny bit of water, but it's not a bad thing. Taking creatine, you're promoting like your lean muscle mass, you're creating energy more efficiently, you're going to be less sore, so not as much of that DOMS that goes on after heavy workouts. It also helps like your muscles and your bones and your tendons and your ligaments and your nerves.
It's probably one of the most researched supplements out there. In anywhere you read, you always, no matter what you do, if you're a runner, if you're a CrossFitter, if you're a bodybuilder, no matter what, when they say, hey, what are the top 5 supplements, blah, blah, blah.
Creatine is on every single person's list.
Is there.
Everyone. Yeah. And it's just creatine monohydrate. You don't need the ones that are like, this is creatine mixed with something else,
Yeah.
Pure creatine monohydrate, exactly what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, how many servings are in this thing?
A lot.
There are 90 servings in here.
Yeah.
90.
And it's not expensive.
No, this is one of the least expensive supplements that you can go get. So
if you're doing anything, that is a must.
Yes, for sure.
And I did read something, I don't remember exactly, it's been a minute, but even getting away from the working out, I think
just everyone should.
They were saying like cognitive function.
Yeah, it's
something
there's all kinds of like brain benefits.
Benefits. Yeah.
There's so much. That one's a whole podcast by itself. People go deep dive on just creatine.
Yes.
But it's definitely something that
read and knock yourself out. It's vast. All the benefits. Yeah. Yep.
How do you use your creatine?
Okay.
Like, what do you do?
So
I know we haven't gone through all of them yet, but people are going to ask like, what do you do with this?
Yep. Is this the beta?
That's the beta alanine.
There you go.
So this is how Bruce likes to use his. He wants to he goes creatine, pre-workout, and the beta alanine are like tablets.
Yep.
And we'll get into that. Actually, let's do beta alanine next.
Okay.
And so that would obviously be something you're swallowing. But the beta alanine, if you're really serious about like wanting to get better and if you have any interest in competing, that's something I didn't know about until about a year and a half ago.
When Matt Fraser spilled all the beans.
Matt Fraser spilled all the beans in his book and in some interviews talking about beta alanine and how much of an advantage it provided him. So
train harder and for a longer period of time.
That's exactly right. And it basically increases your brain's ability to push off exhaustion. So you don't stop at your perceived limits. You can train longer.
Helps with not building up a lot of lactic acid.
Yeah. Exactly. So that one definitely, like we said, if you're serious about your fitness, I would highly encourage you to look into that. It does have a little tingly.
Yeah, they do. It does a little tingle. But this is before every workout
now,
for me.
The pre-workout. Yeah. What are you doing with the pre-workout here?
I put it in the water.
In the water. So just creatine. So you got a shaker bottle. You're gonna put your pre-workout. You're gonna put your creatine in it. Shake it up. Drink it. And take the beta alanine. How long before a workout are you doing this?
So usually 30 to 60 minutes.
30 to 60 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so like as you're sort of getting ready to come work out.
Warming up, stretching, and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yep. And the pre-workout, so I guess we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I like a little bit of get up and go before the workout. And this doesn't have a lot of caffeine.
It's not a massive amount of it.
Yeah, so it's not crazy.
And you're not getting hyped up.
Jitters, no.
We're trying to sort of steer clear of like as much of the high energy drinks. Trying to lower the caffeine a little bit right now.
Yes. Yeah. As you get older, prostate and things like that,
Well, just in general, caffeine can definitely be an advantage athletically, but if you're ingesting 400, 600, 700 milligrams a day, which people don't realize they are. Yeah. I mean,
it becomes like you become a roller coaster.
It's awful. And your sleep cycle. I mean, I heard somewhere that energy drinks have a different type of caffeine and their half-life in your body is like 12 hours. Well, so if you're having a 2:00 energy drink, that caffeine's not out of your system till 2 a.m.
I think that at the end, we want to talk about that and some of the things we've talked about and I've learned with health and caffeine. And okay, so I want to hit that at the end. But and with that pre-workout, it's super clean. There's not a lot of fillers in there. There's not a lot of junk. It's very simple.
Olive Thorne stuff is clean.
And man, they do a really good job of explaining what's in the ingredients, what's in there. So I like it. I don't like all that other market
fillers
stuff out there.
And weird stuff.
It's got bad sugars in it. It's got artificial flavor. It's got all kinds of stuff. Yep. That doesn't.
All right. So the other stuff.
Yep.
So like
then
mid workout, it's pretty much, this is pretty easy. So that's the catalyte and there's the aminos.
Yep.
So most people are thinking like, hey, I need to get some electrolytes is sort of a buzzword right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to hit a Gatorade. And when we were kids, you remember how salty Gatorade was?
Yeah.
It was different. Gatorade, I think now definitely swings more toward that sweet side.
Yeah.
And if that was the only thing you had, like, go for it. But if you know better, you can do better. Right?
And Gatorade is full of absolute sugar.
Yeah.
Full of
lots of colors that aren't real good for you.
Yeah.
So the Catalyte, this is basically like it's electrolytes. This is your Gatorade.
Hydration.
What used to be.
Yeah.
And then the aminos, especially if you are following like a vegan or a vegetarian diet, getting some aminos because you're not getting as many of those amino acids over the course of the day.
Yeah.
Really important. I am lazy. Put these together.
Huh.
So I just put them both in the same shaker bottle. Finish your pre-workout and your creatine, and then mid-workout, while you're working out, I'm drinking a shaker bottle full of this.
Okay, so I'm different.
Yeah.
Especially when we train harder and longer sessions.
Yeah.
Like when I'm done with pre-workout and I'm working out, you're lifting, you do Metcon or something, you've got more. I put the aminos in the shaker bottle, and I'm drinking those as I'm finishing the workout.
Okay, cool.
To replenish what I have lost.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
And the other thing, we don't have them setting up here, but I have the greens.
Oh yeah, you're doing the.
Yeah.
I have another box of them on the. I don't have any here because they are on the way to my house right at this moment.
Because I have noticed during the day, like especially if I work out hard in the morning, you think you've drank enough water, but you notice that you're dehydrated. So in the early afternoons, I am drinking my greens with the electrolytes.
Sort of mixed together. So we're stacking them because if you tried to do all these things and time them out over the course, and you're like, okay, well, at this time I'm going to do this one, and this time I'm going to do this one. If we can combine some things, it makes it a whole lot easier to manage.
Yeah. It seems like a lot, but it's not. And then it becomes habit, and you get what you're supposed to get.
You know what else I've noticed? As long as I have everything sitting out on the counter, I have one counter space, my counter space. Yeah. I remember to do these things. If you buy it and you stick it in your cabinet, you never use it. It just sits in the back of the dang cabinet. Yeah. So you have to find a system so that you can remember to do that. I mean, I've seen people bring their entire container of protein powder in their gym bag before. Yeah. But most of the time people just have an extra shaker bottle with some protein powder and then they fill it with water afterwards. Yeah. So you just have to kind of find a system that works for you.
And so, the whole caffeine thing, I personally, as you get older, men have to, get a colonoscopy. You have to check your prostate.
Yeah, of course. You gotta stay healthy, man.
I've had some stuff with, prostate enlarging, got checked. I'm normal range, but stuff like that. And I know people have problems with that, and they're probably scared to talk about it and things like that. But, you got to pee a lot when you get older.
We know you have to pee.
Yeah. Is that too much information? Or who cares? We just putting it out there. But we find that caffeine can be a big
diuretic,
big factor in not so good for the prostate. So
it makes the symptoms worse.
Yeah. So then you think about, I get up, I have some coffee, you do your thing.
200 to 300.
Oh yeah. Then you have some pre-workout.
With some heavy caffeine, another potentially 150 to 200.
Right. And then so after lunch, you have an energy drink. People like this
200 to 300
Celsius that you think it's good for you. It's not, or you have some more coffee. So bam, 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 bam.
We're looking at 600 to 700 milligrams easy.
Not good.
In a day.
Yeah. So backing up on that, and that's one of the things why I really like the pre-workout. A lot of stuff becomes habit forming. So we got some, Aaron recommended some real healthy tea. Hot tea, and it's not caffeinated. Yeah. So in the mornings, that habit. You got that coffee mug,
it's hot.
The hot water, the tea bag. Let it sit while I'm getting ready. I drink that hot tea. Right. I'm mixing my pre-workout stuff, so I get that. I go to the gym, and then I look up and I get through the day. So I've only had that as caffeine. Right. So it's still habit forming.
Yes.
So when I'm wanting something, that's when I go to the hydration, no caffeine, and my greens. Yeah. So I found when I've drank that, I don't need anything. I go on about my business because I think it's more so habit forming. So I'm not doing this with caffeine through the day. I have the caffeine, and they say that you're supposed to be on that recovery train, that downslide by the time you get to the end of the afternoon. So when it's time to go to sleep, you go to sleep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because are you wound up from work? Do you have all kind of things going on? You can't shut off your brain. You're on your phone. That caffeine,
it just makes it worse.
Can be bad. You just have to control it. And I'm not knocking coffee. I'm not knocking your caffeine. You just have to find what works for you. But I'm finding this kind of stuff right here is making me feel better. And of course, you have to be cautious with your health.
Of course.
You know what I mean? What is it? 1 out of 7 prostate cancer for men. right?
I think it's higher than that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Some
some
crazy.
newer studies. I mean,
Yeah.
and granted, more people get checked.
Yeah.
More people.
And I'm not I don't understand like the dangers for the women's side of things, but I just think in general, too much caffeine consumption causes
It's not good for you. It's not good for your
issues.
heart. There's a lot of studies
Yeah.
out there about how bad the energy drinks and over usage of the
Oh,
energy
yeah.
drinks are bad for people's hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that information. It's hard because caffeine. There's a reason it's a drug.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it makes you get hyped up.
Yeah.
And you think you feel good, but any kind of I don't want any substance to be in control of me.
Right.
So
right.
I'm gonna kind of knock it off.
This is our regimen. It works really good for us.
We do take vitamins and things like that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's a different day.
That's a different day. I have the men's 50 plus vitamin. Yeah.
I have the 2 a day because I'm lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So check it out. You can get 20% off with us and free shipping.
And free shipping. Send us your
cannot beat
email
that.
address. We'll send you a little link.
Yep.
There's no strings attached either.
No.
We're not going to send you massive amounts of information. If you go through that, you just save some money.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
All right, cool. 16 minutes. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Ready?
You ready?
No.
3.
Why do you always count down?
I don't know, because
Do you feel like we're playing sports?
maybe
Okay.
2.
It's like the end of the game. Put the hands in.
1. Let's go!